Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, and this one's on the north spawn of Murovanka under the command of Targy. Game on! Well, it's rather a short startup. You can see he's actually carrying binoculars. This Arty has a view range of 390 meters. He's just extending it even more by fitting binoculars to it. Well, at least he'll see the enemy coming and get a chance to get a shot off at them. 105mm light field howitzer capable of 410 alpha, 53mm pen, 1.91 meters on the burst radius, so it is actually quite effective, and it's also got heat rounds, 350 alpha but 104mm pen, so it's much more able to deal with heavy tanks. Now, it does carry on-piercing rounds as well, but really, they're no better off than the HE rounds, so you might as well just carry a few more HE. He fires snapshot there at the SAB. Don't think he got anything off that one. It's a Tier 5 game with Tier 4 tanks, and there's a few Tier 4 tanks at the end of the Magic Forest. And that, yep, was a direct hit on the B1. The Tier 4 B1. Rounds out. Of course, this Arty is based on a B1. Well, a revised B1 that was actually captured by the Germans and then turned into an artillery. They actually turned quite a few of them into flamethrower tanks as well. More of them actually into flamethrower tanks than artillery. Only 16 artillery. The Sharp B1 actually was very effective at the start of the war. Very difficult for the Germans to actually kill them. Not like that. Well, they didn't hit them with artillery rounds. They actually tried to disable them by shooting anti-tank guns through that shield there. You can see that little shield. That's actually a vent, the exhaust or heat vent, the radiator vent. And it was penetrable by rounds. If you could actually get through or aim it at the vent, you could get it through into the engine because the engine was at the back. So far he's managed to get some rounds into this guy. Fires one on the move, just missed him. Now, one of the best things about this Arty is the fact that it does reload really quickly. 8.92 is the book reload, but you can see here that Targy's got it down to 7.01. So he's actually reduced it by 2 seconds. Got a direct hit there, and the next shell should kill this guy. And he does get him. So now he's got 2 kills, and he's lining up his next one, which is a KB1SA. That's a Tier 5 heavy tank. In fact, it's a premium heavy tank, and it's an autoloader. You can see where the enemy RT are actually firing their shells on both sides. They're actually shooting at our medium tanks in the Magic Forest. The enemy RT are a Grilla, another Fifi like this one, Fifi La Pew Pew, and an AMX 105 AM. That was a direct hit. Okay, that was aimed at the Skoda T24. It's just sitting on the other side. Oh, you can see he's been badly damaged. He's only down to 42 hit points. Not going to be easy to hit him now because he's pulled back behind the building. But he's trying to indicate to the team that they need to move forward so that they can engage the enemy tanks right in the middle of the map. Because if they don't spot them, he can't shoot at them. He doesn't know where they are. Okay, fire snap. Unfortunately, that one hits one of the hills inside the Magic Forest. Looking to get this Matilda close. T-67 circling the Matilda at speed, trying to get those 76mm rounds into the Matilda. Of course, the Matilda does have hard armor. That one was close enough to actually do damage, and now the T-67 stopped. He's actually lost his major advantage, and he's actually starting to lose hit points to that Matilda. But the Matilda's down to a one shot. Oh, we thought he was actually carrying on forward. and he's killed the T-67. That guy never should have stopped. You keep your speed up, it makes it really difficult for the Matilda to get a shot on you. Rounds out. This should kill the Matilda. And it does. So 3 kills now for Targy. He's having a good game, but his team is not. He's down to 4 tanks on his team now. They've already lost, well, they've lost one of their Arty, the Sturmpanzer Spy. He went down. But the enemy team still has a lot of tanks. 8 tanks still alive on their team. So if he's going to win this one, they're going to have to really go. It looks pretty bad, actually. I'm not sure they will be able to survive. Yeah, he's trying to tell them what to do, but nobody seems to be listening to him. And as a consequence, I think they are going to lose this game. Yeah, he's indicating where he thinks the enemy is likely to be. And in fact, there's the Sav M43. He made it through the Magic Forest without getting spotted. And he's just shotgunned him at close range. And there's another enemy tank, a KV-1, a short distance away. He gets one more round into the Sav. And he goes for the Ram. And he Ram kills the Sav. But he gets taken out by the KV-1SA. Well, there was nothing more he could do. He did take down the Sav. But sadly, I'm afraid his teammates let him down in this one. Still 7 enemies out there. I think the next one to die will probably be the M41 HMC if he gets spotted by the KV-1SA. In fact, he gets found by an M10 RBFM instead. And in fact, the other KV-1SA on our team has just been wiped out. So now it's just the M41. And he's gone down, so that's game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for Targy of 3 RTR in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And he got the high caliber out of that game for dealing the most damage in the game overall. His win rate was 5,846, which is Super Unicum standard. Sadly, his team weren't Super Unicum standard, and they let him down. This game actually took place in 26th of March in 2024. Yes, it got mislaid. It's in the list, but now it's been done. And it's going to be the part 1 of a 2-part video. So let's see the rest of the stats. Well, you can see that he got 2,042 hit points of damage. And some of that was ram damage, as he said, ram me. The Sav M43 made a big mistake doing that. He should have held back and shot at Targy instead. But he made the mistake of running forward and paid the price for it. So second highest damage in the game went to the Matilda on the enemy team with 1,310. And the third highest damage, well, that was the T28 on the enemy team, who actually got a leFH18B2 medal for killing enemy tanks higher tier than his own, and he got 1,214 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, we can see top scorer was Targy again. 4 kills to him, 3 kills went to the Matilda and the T28, 2 kills went to the leFH, the other leFH on the enemy team, and their KV-1SA, and of course that was the guy that killed Targy. And everybody else either just got 1 kill or nothing. Oh, there was a Matilda on his own team who got 11 slaves as well, and he got 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, well, Targy got the highest on his team, but just wasn't enough. The highest on the enemy team was their T28 with 820, followed by the Matilda with 679, followed by the KV-1SA getting 623. Targy only got 503 out of that game. But nonetheless, he was actually 8th when it came to base XP on that one. Was it 8th or 7th? 7th, actually, funnily enough. So not bad, but I'm afraid he was the best out of his team. Let's have a look at the detail. Well, he only fired 28 rounds, so he still had 22 rounds left at the end of that game. Got 12 direct hits on 1 penetrating shot, 16 splash. 2,042 hit points of damage, of which 1,627 were at more than 300 meters, received 4 hits from the enemy, 3 of which penetrated, 1 which was by way of splash, and 5 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 were killed, and on a premium count he earned a profit of 23,807 credits, and that includes a courageous resistance of 6,075 credits, because of course he got a medal in a losing game. He also picked up 1,682 experience points of that, and 447 of those were for courageous resistance as well. So there you go. That's the first replay. It was a defeat, but he still came away with the highest damage and the highest number of kills. It's just his team were absolutely useless. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is on the Ensk map, and we're on the South Spawn. Normally, this is a terrible map for Arty, because the buildings are all so close together. It's very difficult to slot the shells through the gaps or to try and lob them over the top. Well, the game started, but targy hasn't moved forward, and there is a grave risk on this map that you might get spotted by a light tank that goes between the railway lines. And we can see a medium tank out there, a Panzer IV F2. Is he taking aim at that guy? Yes, he is. Guy's going towards the field. Well, he fired that round, and that would have given him away to the enemy. They would have seen the shell go out. Still not moving, though. But now he sees this 14 TP, but I'm pretty sure the 14 TP can see him as well. Well, at least one of these guys probably can. And we just missed the T-28. That guy's living a charmed life, because that shell went straight past the front of his vehicle, slightly to the right of the aim point, and he survived. Okay, so he is moving now, and yes, that's what I said about a charmed life, because so was targy. He moved just at the right moment to avoid the enemy Arty, which was firing from a similar position at the other end of the map. Now he can see these enemy tanks. Fire snap, and he gets a kill. Okay, he's looking for more targets. The enemy Arty is definitely down at the other end. In fact, he's been spotted now, so we're dialing in immediately because we want to return the favor to him. Rounds out. Lands just in front of him. But he's stopping to take a shot, and that could be his last thing that he does. Yep, that one hit the gun shield, and he's lost a lot of hit points. He's about to go out the game. Oh, what a lucky guy. Well, that shell went over his engine deck, but this one won't. That's a big hit. And now he's still alive, but not for long. Okay, well, lots of enemy tanks have been spotted. There's the Bishop. Now he's turned around to deal with one of our tanks at the other end. We fire snap. Just missed the M10 RBFM. Can we get a shot into this Bishop? Well, he's just killed one of our teammates, or is it? Nope, it's the RBFM who got that. But we can see the Bishop still, just for a moment. Fired snap. Oh, he hit the RBFM. Tracked him. We can still see the Bishop, but he fires at the RBFM and wipes him out this time. Now we can see the Bishop, and he's a 3-mark Bishop. That fire snap. Again, he gets another direct hit. He's very lucky at the moment. Snapshots normally don't work, but this one did. And now he's got that 14 TP back, and I think that might be the very same one that he fired at earlier in the game. The Bishop stopped to take a few shots, and he's backing up. Oh, and suddenly he loses the camp. Yeah, this guy, 3 marks, and he's down to 6 hit points. And I think most of that damage was lost thanks to targy. The Bishop is gone. The 14 TP comes around the corner. Is he going to be the next? Fires. I think there was a bit of hesitation there. He who hesitates. Yes, exactly. I was just quoting the SAS motto there. He who dares wins. He who hesitates dies. Okay, rounds out. What a shot! That was a lovely one. The Su-76 didn't stand a chance. That one went right into the front of him. But now he does have that Panzer IV F-Spy. And now he's going to have to do something, because otherwise he is going to die to the F-Spy. Come on, targy. Oh, he does! And smacks the guy. And that wins the game for targy. Well, who would have thought it that targy managed to get a really good win on the Ensk map, which is a terrible map for Arty. He got a first-class tanker out of that game. He's had them before. In fact, he's had ace tankers before. You can see the markings and the qualifications on the outside of his vehicle. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 13 in that one. And he got the high caliber yet again for doing more damage than the hit points was. Well, not doing more damage than everyone else in the battlefield. At least 20% of the enemy hit pool. His win rate was 5,986 as well. And this battle actually took place about 26 minutes after the last one. Yeah, the one you just saw on Murovanka. There you go. It was actually 26th of 9 o'clock in the evening on 26th of March 2024. And then if we go to this one, it was 9:23 on 26th of March 24. So yes, he actually played this one. It was the next game he played, and he actually did incredibly well with it as well. So let's have a look at the rest of the team score. Yep, he got the highest damage with 2,003 hit points. Next highest scorer was the M10 RBFM on his own team with 1,050, followed by the Churchill 3 on the enemy team, 1,032. When it came to kills, he's got that as well, but he shared it this time with the M10 RBFM on the enemy team. But actually, he killed that M10 RBFM with a shot right into the side. In fact, he got him twice, as you saw, 2 hits on the guy. But they both got 4 kills. 3 kills went to the T1 Heavy, and then 2 kills went to the Churchill 3 on the enemy team, the Matilda, the IKB 103, and the Panzer III Aslains K on his own team. When it came to base XP, he's got that one too. Yes, he's got the top in all 3 columns. 980 went to targy, 728 went to the M10 RBFM, and 655 went to the Panzer III Aslains K. So, good game. 24 shots fired, so he still had 26 rounds left over, 8 direct hits on the enemy, 5 penetrating shots, and 9 splash. Damage of 2,003, of which 1,233 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, you saw the Panzer IV F-Spy was really close when he actually nuked him and took him out. In fact, you know, he nuked the Su-76 as well with 1 shot right in the face, which went right through and took him out. 2 hits received in the game. 1 was penetration, 1 was a non-penetration. I guess the Panzer IV Aslains F-Spy actually hit the tracks with 1 of his shots, and that's why it didn't go through. But he did get 1 in, and 110 hit points of damage was blocked by armor. That's the 75mm that the vehicle carries. 6 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 were killed, 19 hit points of damage assist or spotting assist. And on a premium count, he actually earned 74,246 credits from that game, including a 50,000 mission completion bonus. And on top of that, 3,528 experience points out of it as well. So, yes, 1 bad game and then 1 really good game. I suppose, yes, he's got to have some luck. But he sent both of these in because it shows that his win rate is very predictable. On this game, 5,986. On that game, 5,846. So he's getting strong Super Unicum standard on his games. Hope you enjoyed both of those. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.